Ellie and the Labyrinth of Echoes. The wind howled over the cliffs, sweeping Ellie's hair into wild tangles as she climbed higher. She had followed a shimmer, a faint silver light darting between stones, until it vanished near a rocky outcrop she had never noticed before. Crouching down, Ellie found a narrow crevice in the stone wall. Inside, the air shifted strangely, cool and hollow, like a breath being held. Without hesitation, she slipped in. The tunnel beyond was dark, but lined with smooth, glimmering walls. They reflected her image, but each reflection seemed off. In one, she looked older. In another, sadder. Some had a flicker of fear in their eyes. A whisper echoed softly, "Turn back, or find your truth." Ellie pressed forward. Her footsteps made no sound. Soon the tunnel opened into a vast chamber, and then, without warning, split into 3 identical paths. From each one came a different echo of her own voice. "Why did you leave me? I was only trying to help. Do you remember the promise?" She took a deep breath. "This is a memory maze," she whispered. But whose memories? The stone beneath her feet lit up, forming a path, then vanished just as quickly. The maze had awakened. Ellie chose the middle path, heart pounding. The walls here pulsed faintly with light, as if alive. Every few steps, a new reflection blinked into view, a version of Ellie at different moments in her life. She saw herself crying as a little girl, clutching a broken wooden sword. She saw the moment she had turned away from her best friend after an argument. She saw herself sitting silently by the lake, hiding tears no one ever noticed. And through it all, the echoes continued. You always run. You always try to fix what cannot be fixed. You forget what matters most. Suddenly, a figure stepped from the wall, not a shadow, but a mirror Ellie, slightly taller, with tired eyes. "In the part of you that remembers," the double said. "To leave the maze, you must let go, but you cling too tightly." "To what?" Ellie asked. The reflection reached out, touching her chest. "To guilt, to fear, to every version of you that couldn't be perfect." The maze shifted again, the walls crumbling behind them. A stone archway emerged ahead, wrapped in silver vines. Beneath it, a stone pedestal held a glowing crystal orb. "Face the memory you fear most," said the reflection, "and the maze will show you the way out." Ellie stepped toward the orb, and as her fingers touched it, everything vanished. Ellie stood in the middle of her old village square, but it wasn't real. The colors were faded, the air too still. Everything felt like a dream wrapped in silence. Ellie emerged into the heart of the labyrinth, a circular chamber with walls of glass that reflected every version of her she had met, the brave, the frightened, the hopeful, the hurting. In the center stood a final door, carved from stone and bone-white wood, with no handle, only a message etched across its surface. "To open, you must speak your truth." She hesitated. Then, slowly, clearly, she said, "I am not perfect. I've made mistakes, but I want to grow. I want to be kind, to myself and to others. I want to forgive." The door clicked. As it opened, warm light poured through. Bird song drifted in from the other side, and a gentle wind tugged at her hair. She stepped through and found herself standing back on the cliffs, the entrance to the maze now just a stone wall behind her. The silver light that had led her here danced one last time before vanishing into the sky. Ellie sat quietly, watching the sea below. She felt no weight in her chest now. The echoes had quieted, not because they were gone, but because she had listened. And now they had peace. She recognized this day. It was the one she had tried so hard to forget. The day her friend Myra fell while they were climbing the West Hill. Ellie saw them, 2 younger versions, laughing as they climbed, daring each other to go higher. Myra had slipped, and though she wasn't badly hurt, she had cried. Ellie, scared and ashamed, had run home instead of helping. The memory froze just as Myra sat alone, wiping her tears. "I wasn't brave," Ellie whispered. "I left her." The echo of Myra's voice answered gently, "You were scared. That's all." From the shadows, her reflection stepped out again, this time smiling, gentler. "You've carried this guilt long enough," it said. "Forgiveness doesn't erase what happened, but it can help you move forward." Ellie's hands trembled. She stepped forward and hugged the younger version of herself in the memory. As she did, the colors brightened and the memory shimmered into light. The maze began to dissolve around her. The walls cracked and the path ahead opened, not straight, but winding, alive, honest. "You're ready now," the voice said. Ellie stepped through the archway once more, light blooming around her.